Researchers at Brown University say prestige, interest, preparation, and satisfaction of America's teachers are at or near their very lowest point in over a half-century. This coincides with a teacher shortage. A team of researchers from American universities say there are at least 55,000 vacant positions nationwide. The crisis facing America's teachers has been the focus of several reports across the nation, and we asked our CBS News reporter Bo Erickson to find out where the issue stands today. Bo, welcome. It's good to see you. What parts of the country is this a big deal or most affected?
Yeah, so the term teacher exodus keeps getting thrown around, and that's just a worrying title in general. And so I knew I really wanted to look into this. And one glimmer of positive news in this segment is that maybe the sort of biblical level of teachers leaving the profession, it's not happening everywhere. Overall, it's pretty hard to figure out where exactly these vacancies are because the data is just not good. So that's why we're relying on experts and academic researchers, and I got a hold of some of them. And this is such a concern to a lot of researchers at major research facilities that they've even made a website called teachershortages.com. And when you go to that website, you see some states with the most worrying vacancies right now. These are states like Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. And then when I was reaching out to some other experts, I found this report. It's actually in the Education Evaluation and Policy Analysis publication, which is a mouthful, but it has a lot of good information. And we can dig into kind of where these vacancies occurring. And we see most vacancies in STEM positions, foreign languages, special education. And then this paper really showed a continued inequity. Schools with a higher percentage of Black students had more teacher vacancies.
So that's one of the reasons behind the teacher vacancies. What are some of the other ones that are leading to this shortage?
Yeah, so I reached out to Dr. Matthew Kraft. He's from Brown University. He's actually a former public school teacher, and now he researches K-12 teaching and how it's going. And we can listen to a bit of the conversation I had with him because I was curious if the rhetoric from politicians and cultural commentators, how that is impacting these teacher staffing levels.
Okay, great.
How are those bigger conversations impacting teacher shortage levels and teachers staying in the profession or leaving?
Teaching is a political act. It's always been a dialogue in our country about what we teach and how we teach. When you simply ask teachers in large-scale surveys why they might consider leaving the profession, they are consistently pointing to new state legislation or laws that have even been put in place restricting the type of content that can be taught around race and racism and sex and sexuality, because it ultimately undercuts their job security. They are at risk of losing their jobs for doing something that might be deemed inappropriate, and it undercuts their professional autonomy.
So all of those stressors and concerns, Dr. Kraft said, are on top of the very real fear of gun violence in our schools. And he says that is making it hard to attract new teachers to the profession. And also those teachers who have been doing this a long time, there is an impact there as well. The teacher staffing shortage is increasing because the baby boomer teachers, who we all love and adore, they are retiring now.
Love and adore and are responsible for some of us, which is either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you rate it. Bo Erickson, thank you so much for digging all day into those numbers.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And Bo will have even more on this story tomorrow. We sent him digging, and he found there's not only an exodus of teachers, but massive layoffs could be coming. We'll bring you his findings on Wednesday right here on the Daily Report.